Hi guys, I'm Maggie and I'm a student at Stanford University in Palo Alto, California. I grew up in Saratoga, located a bit south of Stanford and about a 25-minute drive away. I love California's chill people, endless food options, and of course the beautiful sunsets, but given that I've spent most of my life in the Bay Area, I decided to travel across the globe to Yogyakarta, Indonesia for the summer and spend 2 months learning about the culture there. I'm working as an intern at Kampung Halaman, which is an NGO dedicated to helping youth raise awareness of social issues in their local communities using media. I've been working here for 6 weeks now and love it, but I do have to admit that coming from America, there were some things about Indonesian work culture that took a bit of getting used to. So for anyone else out there considering working in Indonesia in the future, or for Indonesian students planning to visit the US, my friend Taufik and I made this video to briefly go over some differences between working in Indonesia and in America. Taufik goes to Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta and is from Tasikmalaya in West Java, Indonesia. We work together at Kampung Halaman, and he's also the master translator behind this whole video, so a huge shout out to Taufik. I want to say beforehand that it's important to keep in mind every work environment is unique, and your experience and opinions will likely be different from ours. There's no way to make an absolute claim that all Indonesians do this, whereas all Americans do this, especially when NGOs and larger companies inherently differ so much in their work culture. This video only covers some of the things that we've noticed personally. So first up is the issue of timeliness. In general, things run pretty on time in the US, especially if they're work-related. If your boss says your workday starts at 9 a.m., that means you arrive 5 to 10 minutes early and clock in by 9, and being even a few minutes late to an interview will almost guarantee that you won't get the position. Being on time is super important. In Indonesia, on the other hand, there's often this idea of rubber time. Rubber time means that your friends will casually show up 1 to 2 hours later than they said they would, and that meetings scheduled for 3 in the afternoon may not start until around 4. However, you should always gauge whether or not you might want to show up late based on the circumstances. For example, if you're working at a bank, you'll still have to clock in, whereas if it's a dinner date, you may as well pencil it into your agenda 30 minutes later.
Rubber time? Ngaret.
Oh, ngaret.
Ngaret.
Tergantung sih kalau ngaret tuh.
Kan kamu yang suka ngaret.
Kenapa kamu ngaret?
Jadi enggak, kalau gua lebih kayak apa ya? Kan bukan ngaret sih sebenarnya. Kan ada yang penting, ada yang sedikit lebih penting gitu. Jadi milih mana? Milih yang sedikit lebih penting kan.
Iya sih.
Jadinya ya kadang kita sebenarnya kalau ngaret itu sebetulnya itu domino efek ya. Jadi kadang kita kelebihan waktu terlalu kepanjangan nih meeting misalkan sama orang. Nah, berarti kan yang lainnya harus
gara-gara orang lain juga ya.
Ya enggak, gara-gara orang lain sebenarnya.
Tapi tergantung juga sih. Maksudnya kalau kayak meeting gitu kan formal ya. Cuma kan ngaret itu kalau kita nongkrong-nongkrong biasa ngapel gitu tuh nggak masalah sih menurutku karena nggak terlalu.
Ya kan kita kalau kerja di bank ya tetap aja fingerprint segala macam.
Ada konsekuensinya
dan mereka pun kalau yang bekerja di formal ya pasti
harus
jam pulangnya pun tepat gitu kan. Cuman kan karena ya di tempat-tempat seperti kita yang berhubungan sama masyarakat apalagi yang mungkin kadang kita butuh fleksibilitas tingkat tinggi ya karena banyak hal-hal yang unpredictable gitu kan. Kadang
tapi ngaret lamun kalau sudah janjian gitu.
Nah,
itu lain cerita sih.
Iya.
Itu tidak bisa
ya.
Udah apa ya? Maksudnya ya kadang aku juga sering janjian sama
bete
teman-teman
sih ya,
gitu,
kadang
bete
ya
gitu jadinya gitu kan ya tidak bisa dibiarkan aja gitu kan akhirnya maksudnya ya
ada sih sebagian orang yang habit ngaretnya tuh sampai
Ya,
Ya itu karena
ngerepotin
manajemen
orang
waktu
lain
kan,
gitu.
ya.
Dan itu
Ngerepotin
tergantung orangnya juga. Selain tergantung tempat kerja, juga
tergantung orang.
disiplinnya dia gitu tuh.
Dari lu butuh gue.
Tapi harus dibiasain tidak ngaret juga
Iya.
sih, gitu kan?
Perlu tuh.
Ya
Perlu.
perlu.
Biar kita ada kemajuan juga
Kemajuan,
kan.
ya.
Jadi ternyata nggak semua orang itu setuju sama kata-kata kalau orang Indonesia itu
Banyak
sukanya
yang
ngaret.
ngaret. Nah,
Ternyata juga banyak yang disiplin dan itu tergantung sama tempatnya. Jadi misalnya dia kerja di bank, ada konsekuensi dong ya.
Ya.
Gitu
Ya.
Jadi tergantung tempatnya, tergantung orangnya, tergantung kepentingannya, situasi juga. Tadi ada situasional juga.
Ya.
Jadi itu nggak sepenuhnya bener ya.
Tapi banyak sih.
Tapi banyak sih
kita
emang.
akui lah.
With greater flexibility in terms of timeliness in Indonesia also comes greater freedom to manage your own work and scheduling. It's generally trusted that you know best how to be productive with your time and that you don't need someone constantly watching over your shoulder, which is kind of refreshing. Along those same lines, a lot of work in Indonesia, especially nonprofit work, is up to yourself to figure out. Whereas in America, all of my past internships have been very specific and laid out in terms of what I need to do as well as how and when I should do everything. In Indonesia, the definition of work is much more flexible. Some NGOs might give their volunteers a work schedule or certain tasks to complete, but many NGOs will simply let their volunteers decide how they want to contribute to the cause. When I first visited Kampung Halaman, they really encouraged me to use my unique skills and perspective to the organization's advantage and to create my own role at the NGO. Also, a lot of what is considered networking in America is by hard definition work in Indonesia. This is especially true of nonprofits where half of some work days might be taken up by a long lunch with a visitor, or where talking outside with coworkers for an hour is totally acceptable. By American standards, it may seem like a lack of productivity at first, but from an Indonesian standpoint, productivity is achieved all the same through building personal relationships, which pay off through future partnerships and collaboration. Just remember that a lot of how much you accomplish at your internship is determined by how much initiative you take. In America, not being given a specific project might be confusing, but in Indonesia, it's a sign that you should find yourself an article to write, a social media page to update, or just a conversation to start. One last unique thing about working in Indonesia is the strong sense of companionship you'll find anywhere you go. American work etiquette involves keeping a professional distance between boss and employee or between coworkers, but that distance doesn't exist in Indonesia. The community Tofik and I found at Kampung Halaman and the immediate feeling of being welcomed into their family were truly special. I don't think we would have been invited to someone's surprise birthday party on our first day of work in the US or gone out for ice cream with our mentor after day 2. So to wrap up, your internship experience in Indonesia will probably be nothing like what you're used to in America. But just remember to keep the different work culture in mind, and you'll definitely learn and grow in ways that you can't experience at home.
Mengerti betapa sakitnya aku, dan kini semua sudah terlambat. Kau tak bisa sesukamu menghilang tanpa kata, dan kini kau pun kembali bagai hujan tanpa awal.
We hope this video was helpful and have an amazing experience in